are about them. Though most wild dolphins spend their entire lives out at sea, some of them like nothing more than a day at the beach. Here at Monkey Maya in Western Australia, our two worlds meet, and humans experience one of their closest encounters. Dolphins have special communication skills, but we don't yet understand all the signals. To find out more about the natural span of their lives, we must leave the shore and travel out into the ocean. The ancient Greeks told stories of the dolphin that sprang like a newborn, playful child from the womb of the sea. The Greeks also recorded that dolphins were warm-blooded, breathe air, and suckle their young as we do. Only much later did we discover there were 33 species of oceanic dolphin. They inhabit all the seas of the world. But the species that is most familiar to us is the bottlenose dolphin. We can come close to a group of 8 bottlenosed. Through them, we learn that most dolphins like to be sociable. Swimming together increases their chances of survival. They communicate through a sophisticated language of underwater whistles, squeaks, and barks. Right now, one of our group appears restless and irritable. Her behavior makes this clear to the others. They understand the signals and head off together to swim apart from her, out to deeper waters. Accompanied by one of her female relatives, she heads for the shallows to give birth. After 12 months gestation, a new life is about to emerge. Vulnerable to predators, the birth must be speedy, usually taking less than 20 minutes. A new life begins. A small but perfectly formed dolphin is launched into the world. Immediately, mother swims ahead, providing a slipstream to help carry him to the surface for his first crucial breath of air. His fins are floppy and weak, but soon they will be firm enough to keep him balanced and stable. He will swim close by his mother's side until he's around 6 years old. They have formed a strong bond, and she will teach the infant all he needs to know about dolphin life. At first, he must survive on her milk. Dolphins don't have flexible lips, so he's unable to suck the milk like other mammals. Instead, his mother squirts it into his mouth from 2 nipples in front of her tail. And most of the milk shoots straight past his mouth. It'll be a while before he masters this complicated maneuver. Mother and calf are now reunited with the group. There's great excitement at the new arrival. Though they have no vocal cords, dolphins communicate through sounds created just below the blowhole. The new calf will spend the first few weeks learning a unique signature whistle from its mother, which can then be used like a name. Each member of the group has its own distinctive whistle, with which it can call or be called over considerable distances. They have an impressive vocabulary and can produce a wide range of about 30 different sounds. They also use body postures to convey messages. The new calf is already being schooled in all these skills. And this young mammal has one other important advantage. The protection offered by this society of dolphins will greatly increase his chances of reaching adulthood. He is surrounded mostly by other females and their calves. There's no sign of a doting father. The young here were fathered by adult males from another group, but they will have no further role in raising their young. So, secure within this group, our newborn and his mother can get to know each other. For the first few days, they will swim together continuously as he learns the basics of survival. He's only 3 feet long and still wrinkled from his months in the womb. His mother uses touch to reassure him and teach him about dolphin life. For there may be encounters ahead with other dolphins and even with humans. The warm waters of the Caribbean draw a team of researchers to seek out dolphins. Dr. Denise Hertzing is regarded as one of the world's leading authorities on dolphin behavior.
As you know, the spots change every year.
She and her researchers come to observe spotted dolphins, who share the same waters as the bottlenose. She has identified over 150 individuals and can recognize many from their markings and fin shapes.
Will it widen? A little bit.
Will it widen as it
I don't know.
And when they come close to the boat, there's a sense of excitement on board.
They're right here. They're right down below the boat.
Yep, starboard quarter about 60 yards.
The dolphins show no signs of feeling threatened by the research team, not even when they drop by for a closer look. By monitoring the progress of specific individuals year after year, they're building up an accurate picture of the dolphin's life cycle, which can span 40 years. Denise has an intimate knowledge of this group. She knows how they grow and learn and interact with other dolphin species who share their waters. She also knows that spotted dolphins don't always have spots. Their markings develop and change year after year as they mature. She's observed 4 distinct color changes. At 3 years old, in infancy, this calf has reached the first two-tone stage. He won't become speckled until he's 5 years old and approaching adolescence. At 7, he'll take on a mottled appearance. Finally, in adulthood, at 10 years, the spots are fully fused. These close encounters with wild dolphins are precious. As top marine mammals, they have no need to be near humans. They swim and maneuver with extraordinary grace and speed. Their streamlined bodies, driven by powerful tail muscles, slice effortlessly through the water. Although their bodies appear smooth, the flexible skin is made up of tiny ridges, allowing the water to flow easily over them. Virtually no friction or resistance to the water is a great help to growing youngsters. It means they can swim and dive using the minimum of energy. Perfectly adapted to their environment, they can accelerate up to 25 miles an hour in an instant. The ultimate system for traveling the oceans. Not far away, in the languid waters close to the shore, our bottlenose calf has been growing up. Now a few months old, he's developed into a high-energy infant. His mother's fin is an easy target for his games. He appears to have a game of chase in mind. To make his point, he uses the signature whistle he's now mastered. Thrilled at the sound of his own voice, he calls her again and again. It's a charming display from a carefree infant. His persistence makes him hard to ignore, but that doesn't mean he'll get his own way. As in human society, the antics of the young often need firm guidance from a parent. And eventually, his mother decides it was time he was taught a lesson. She pushes him down to the seabed, almost as a punishment. She restrains him with her jaws, all the time emitting a shockwave of sharp disciplinary clicks. Bottlenosed dolphins need to surface every 5 minutes or so in order to breathe. This really is a serious lesson. As they rise gently towards the surface where he can breathe, she seems to give him a forgiving touch with her flipper. He's learned a valuable lesson of dolphin life. Mother knows best. Once a youngster understands the rules of dolphin society, the group will look out for him through his early years. By sharing care duties, dolphins have helped ensure the success of their species. They cooperate well because they're in constant communication, not only through sound, but also through touch. The dolphin's sense of touch is highly developed. They use their flippers like hands to convey messages like greetings and to give reassurance. Touch helps forge the affectionate bond between mother and calf. In the depths of the ocean, this sense can be more valuable than vision. Though there are many survival skills to learn, dolphins never lose their ability to play. And there is no shortage of things to amuse them. Octopus might be fair game, but perhaps it's more fun playing ball, especially when your intended meal gets stuck in your teeth. They seem to understand that it's important to have fun. But through play, they learn the basics of the hunt, what tastes good and what doesn't. Dolphins have a natural curiosity for almost anything, even people. Their instinctive qualities have been harnessed in therapy programs around the world to help the sick. Here in Florida, conventional treatments come with an added bonus. Each day, every child gets to swim with a bottlenose dolphin. The pleasure of swimming with them seems to give these children renewed energy and concentration. Joe is 11 years old and suffers from cerebral palsy. When his parents heard about the success of dolphin therapy, they brought Joe here in the hope that he might be encouraged to speak. After a few days, he formed a bond with the dolphins. Being in the water with them gave Joe newfound confidence. His parents noticed that his physical coordination improved dramatically, and after 2 extended visits, Joe is now able to speak 5 or 6 words. Without swimming with the dolphins, this would have been an unlikely achievement. It's rare for someone to encounter a wild dolphin and remain unmoved. So much so that many people now go to great lengths to have such an experience. Some of the dolphins' communication signals, or echolocation clicks, travel easily through the water. When they hit the human body, people experience an unusual tingling sensation. One theory is that the dolphins are stimulating the release of natural endorphins, painkillers, in the human brain. This may explain the calming effect dolphins have on humans. There's no conclusive scientific proof that swimming with dolphins is beneficial, but many people remain convinced that it is. It's sometimes easy to forget that these graceful social animals are also effective predators. Somewhere on this shallow bank, our group is hunting for dolphin food, but the food is playing hard to get. The young calf is developing a taste for flounders. They're flat and camouflaged, making them difficult to see. But this is where dolphins put to good use their extraordinary sensory system, echolocation, enabling them to find food and other objects using sound. It operates in a similar way to the sonar on a submarine. The dolphin emits pulses of sound that are reflected back to it from other objects, giving a total picture of its surroundings. The closer the prey, the more rapid the clicks, until finally, the prize is won. Echolocation effectively gives them the ability to see without using their eyes, a skill the young calf will soon master. Dolphins are wonderful mimics, and our calf is eager to copy his mother's techniques. Though still suckling, he's developed a taste for fish, although he doesn't yet fully understand how to catch them. Until he has perfected the complexities of echolocation, he will have to rely on his mother's ability to find food. Using this sensory system to scan the seabed, she can detect a razorfish buried deep in the sand. This is called crater feeding because of the holes it leaves on the ocean floor. Lack of visibility just isn't a problem, but catching your fish and keeping it is another matter. One day, her calf will use his own echolocation ability to great effect. But right now, he's about to learn that dolphins don't always have to dig for dinner. The group have located a major meal opportunity elsewhere. A huge shoal of fish. The dolphins corral them by swimming in ever-tightening circles. Tail slapping seems to stun and disorient the prey. Hunting together in such an environment is quite an achievement. Yet another example of the complex nature of dolphin society. After many hours' activity, dolphins, like humans, need to rest. Also like humans, a tired parent may be disturbed by an active youngster. But throughout its life, a dolphin never experiences the deep sleep that we need to survive. Their breathing requires conscious effort. If they fell into a deep sleep, they would simply stop breathing and drown. So they have a clever solution. It's believed that the two halves of the brain take turns sleeping. While one half keeps the animal suspended just below the surface and reminds them to breathe, the other half takes a well-earned rest. But sleeping dolphins are vulnerable to attack by predators like the shark. A dolphin that is half asleep is also half awake. So when danger presents itself, they can react in time. In our search to understand dolphin lives, we know that in adolescence, there are recognizable behavior changes. Denise Hertzing carried out the first detailed research into the lives of adolescent spotted dolphins, those between the ages of 4 and 8 years old. At this age, they leave their mother and her companions and often form single-sex groups, though male and female mix together throughout their lives. The gangs of young males often display gaping mouths and arched backs and give off loud, aggressive sounds. They seem to like nothing better than a call to a good fight. It's a practice for adult life. The stereotype of the peaceful, gentle dolphin is not entirely true. But this is only a play fight, a mock battle. Not until later will they engage in the full rules of combat over females. Nearby are 3 fully grown adults, keeping a watchful eye. If the play fight shows signs of becoming too rough, they may swim among the group to prevent serious injury. It's in adolescence that they learn the rules of their own group, and they must also learn to deal with other dolphins. Often, bottlenose and spotted dolphins will travel and feed together peacefully, but this encounter is a surprising one. The two species seem able to interpret each other's body signals and communicate. The spotted have strength in numbers, but the bottlenose are bigger and potentially more aggressive. Suddenly, the mood changes. The bottlenosed isolate a young spotted male and reveal just how aggressive they can be and assert their dominance. Fighting is a team sport. Although this kind of aggression is not uncommon, it's usually, as now, short-lived. The dolphins settle down and the groups separate. The bottlenose drift off as if nothing has happened. And the shaken young spotted is safely back among friends. Learning to fight is not the only preoccupation of adolescent dolphins. As some members of our group approach adulthood, they're learning the rules of courtship. As adolescents, they have energy to burn. Mature dolphins may spend up to 1/3 of the day involved in courtship behavior or in play. So this is an important part of their development. They have honed in on an older female who is quite literally at the center of their attentions. They swim with her for hours, trying to attract her with whistles, clicks, and buzzing sounds, and touching sensitive areas with precocious beaks and flippers. But sadly for them, their technique is not a great success. The burst of bubbles is a clear sign of annoyance and frustration on the part of the young males. In fact, it may take 10 years to learn about successful courtship. Dolphins reach adulthood between the ages of 10 and 13, and it's then that most males are mature enough to pursue females and have their interest rewarded. This young female is receptive to the advances of the male. He has courted her for many hours, swimming close by her side, touching and communicating with her. When mating occurs, it's a gentle affair. Dolphins are found in all the seas of the world, and their life cycle may span 40 years. Throughout their lives, they are social animals, but in adulthood, it is the males that face the toughest challenge. They won't hesitate to fight over the important things in life: food, females, and status. These adult males bear the scars of a lifetime of such battles. Jaw clapping, biting, and tail slapping are clear signals of aggression to others. This kind of fighting takes its toll. A female bottlenose may live till she's 40, but life is clearly more stressful for a male who will be lucky to reach 30. Off the west coast of Ireland, near the port of Dingle, one unusual bottlenose dolphin lives an altogether quieter life. Fungi, as he's called, has lived here alone for about 12 years. He may have become separated from his mother or group by a shark attack or storm. Whatever the reason, he's now more at home with human company. Though he is wild, he prefers inshore waters where humans seem to give him the comfort he lacks from his own kind. Certainly his zest for life seems undiminished. He's now become a tourist attraction, of great benefit to the local economy. And for the time being, neither he nor the visitors show any signs of leaving. He's a living example of the joy that dolphins can bring us. Although we're beginning to understand the complex nature of dolphin lives, there's one puzzle, recorded as far back as ancient Greece, for which there is so far no answer. Every year, thousands of dolphins seem to swim purposefully to their deaths, stranded on coasts all over the world, on this occasion in New Zealand. These are deep water members of the dolphin family. It's a mystery why they came so close to shore. One theory is that they were hunting fish or taking shelter from a storm. The gentle slope of the beach may have confused their echolocation signals, and perhaps they hit it by mistake. The blubber that keeps them warm in the ocean causes their bodies to overheat rapidly on the beach. Their sensitive skin is cracked and drying. The plight of the animals elicits a powerful emotional response from the people who witness it. After 24 hours intensive effort, some of them are refloated and head back to deep waters. Others are left to a natural yet mysterious death. In the open ocean, there are other threats that can bring an unnatural end to a dolphin's life. Fishermen fishing for tuna on a grand scale with all the technical backup the modern world can offer. The tuna are attracted by massive shoals of anchovy, and so are the dolphins, a free feast which benefits both species and the fishermen. Speedboats round up the tuna and help drive them towards the nets, with a little help from the air. In the vast nets, the tuna are surrounded, but so are the dolphins and any other creatures unfortunate enough to get in the way. In the midst of the commotion, the dolphins stay calm. They seem to hover in unison as they wait. In the past, millions of dolphins were killed in nets, but in parts of the Pacific Ocean, fishermen are now policed and must release the dolphins. The escape to freedom is marked by the spinner dolphins with a characteristic victory roll. Yet despite more humane policies for tuna fishing, too many dolphins are still caught in the world's fishing nets. At home in the coastal waters of the Caribbean, our bottlenose calf has enjoyed a positive start to his life's journey. Untroubled by man and facing fewer threats than his deep-water cousins from marine predators, he stands a good chance of growing to full adulthood. In his first year, he has grown to almost half the size of his mother. He seems healthy and strong, and has clearly inherited her natural curiosity for life. He has learned to communicate with her and the rest of his group in a way that science recognizes but cannot yet fully interpret. He still has a lot to learn from his family. He may swim alongside them for the next 5 years. Not all young mammals enjoy such protection and guidance. In their extraordinary society, dolphins have no territories and acknowledge no borders. They are free to wander the vastness of the ocean. Unlike most other aquatic mammals, dolphins have lost all reliance on the land. Yet some of them, on some occasions, connect and return to us. In these tantalizing moments, we can only reach out and glimpse at dolphin life. In time, these and other close encounters will explain more. Our experience of dolphins goes back several thousand years. So far, our knowledge has shown us how they grow from infancy to old age. But scientists are still debating whether they have intelligence as we understand it. Until we know for sure, we can only watch them and wonder. There are mysteries to unravel in the dolphin's journey from cradle to grave.
Enjoy